So I'm doing this recording because I want to give an example of what exactly I'm talking about when I say people are just spamming. And I got this Talim 3 times in a row. He wanted another rematch, but I was done with it at that point. But here's the spam, and we're gonna sort of break it down, and over the course of 3 games, and they're not the longest games, so that's why I'm doing 3. But over 3 games, you're gonna see the problem with what this guy is doing, and he's gotten as high as he can, or as high as he has, by just doing this one thing. And it's not a get your dick bigger trick, because honestly, it must be cold where he lives. We got kind of an average start. Being aggressive. Now that. He's done it 4 times already. It's what looks like 2 or 3 A's, and then a turn to the to his right. You're gonna see that a lot. Like a lot. If you pay very close attention to what's happening, every time this guy goes to start his offense, he leads with that. Every single time. There it is again. There it is again. And at this point, I haven't quite, there it is again, I haven't quite caught on to the fact that this is happening. But you'll definitely see that I do catch on to it eventually. Now you gotta think, well, maybe Talim doesn't have that many different, there it is again, doesn't have that many different strings, so there's only so many ways to start an offense. But I swear to God, it's all he starts with. Like, there have been a couple times so far where he's done a B string, but even that is the same B string every single time. I think that was the first time he poked with a K. That was a weird one. But if you notice, that's the first time I do it, but every time he does that A string, I GI him in the same place, wait out the re-GI, and then back throw him. Well, it's not a back throw, it's a throw back move. Anyway, you get the point. But that was game 1. And you saw he did that shit a lot. But maybe that's just Talim, right? She, spams attacks and just hopes to rush down whoever she's playing against. That's what I thought. Until I played him 2 more times and noticed that he's got the exact same response to the same situation every single time. There's the string, goes for a grab. There's the string, goes for a kick. I actually felt like really oppressed because it was just the same thing over and over again while I was playing with this guy. And to my to point out my own failings here, every time I 2A his step, I go for a wall rising kick, and he blocks it every single time, but for some reason I'm still throwing it out. I've been pretty fucking slow tonight myself, but this guy was just something else. Did not break a single one of my throws, and I think it was really in the third game that it just started happening again and again and again and again. I think I lose this round because I think this was the one that it came down to the wire. It was about there that I learned he's gonna, well, it was reinforced that he's gonna re-GI after I GI him. And back throw. Well, fourth throw? I'd call it a 4A plus G, but, I mean, I guess that wasn't the close one. Or if we even had a close one. Honestly, I don't remember. It was, you know, like a solid 15 minutes ago, and when you played a lot of fighting games, you just don't fucking remember shit like that. But this is the last one, and I gotta say, it's got a pretty familiar ending. I was actually debating whether or not to just leave up match results with the little filled-in dots on the replay selection screen, but then I figured, you know, it'll at least be interesting to not know how many rounds each person won. There's the GI, there's the re-GI, followed by a break attack. So that's the pattern, and we abuse it. Maybe he actually did do it. Or maybe he just got bored of hitting the same buttons over and over again. I'm willing to bet that's not the case, though.
Battle 2. Fight.
I was really slow. I mean, you can't see it, but, well, you can't see it on the replay. But these matches had plenty of lag in them, and it was just, sometimes, some of these, I'm rewatching it, and I'm thinking, okay, well, why didn't I do it? Why did I just fucking stand? The answer is probably because of lag. Also, Pelican, yeah, and then he starts doing this thing, and just gets punished for it, like, every single time. And same punish. Maybe that interaction didn't happen as often as I thought it did. But honestly, it felt like it was happening every 2 seconds. It's my fault for whiffing, man. I wonder if Talim's range is actually too short to effectively punish the Pelican there. Oh, right, and this is where I was lagging and my super gets stuffed twice in a row. Then I stuff his super and steal that round. Well, to be fair, I would have stolen that round earlier. had there not been lag. The Regii and the 4A plus G. Oh yeah, and just an easy ring out. So yeah, maybe it didn't happen quite as often as I'm remembering, but the fact of the matter is it still happened at least 12 to 15 times. And over 3 games, that just seems excessive to me. Like, yes, there are moves that will be better than other moves, just baseline. But to never mix anything up seems really short-sighted.